Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a general zodiac reading for the sign of Sagittarius. You are the last sign I'm doing this time. I assure you that's completely random. I just ended up doing fire signs last. So we saved the best for last, Sagittarius. So I hope you guys are doing well. Keep in mind that this won't resonate with every Sagittarius out there, as this is a collective reading. So make sure to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements if this isn't resonating. And for this reading, we're looking at who is coming towards you in love. And just a warning, all of my readings except for Cancer have been about someone that the viewer already knows. So I can't promise that it's new. So we're going to start with a couple of oracle decks to see who this is coming towards you. And these decks will give us an idea, especially if you know this person. So we're going to start with this one. And my plant is very happy to see you today. It's a prayer plant, so the leaves go up and down. And I did notice that for your reading, the leaves are all standing upright. So my plant is happy to see you. So let's see who and what is coming towards you in love. And I usually take the bottom of the deck as extra confirmation after the cut. So we'll have a look at what ends up on the bottom of the deck. My my throat's closing over, so there could be communication coming, or there could be a block of communication right now. We have community, the 11th house, so we have Aquarius here. Society, organizations, friends, social circle, giving back, hopes and wishes, group activities, memberships, networking, social consciousness. All right, so who and what is coming towards Sagittarius? We have harmony. That's beautiful. So it feels like after some tension, there's some harmony coming. After some conflict, some obstacles, some self-reflection, there's harmony coming. And this card talks about how these conflicts and obstacles and the stress lead to, or have led to, or been a catalyst for self-reflection and an opportunity for growth. And what's coming towards you, we have harmony. Opportunities, luck, flow, beneficial, reward, synchronicity, good vibes, ease, positivity, supportive, expansive, overindulgent, complacent. And this actually reminds me of the Three of Wands. So it feels like there's definitely something good coming towards you. You could be seeing a lot of synchronicities right now with that card. So let me just make sure you can see that past the plant. Because like I said, my plant is very happy to see you. Let me just turn that a little. There we go. I've been noticing for these readings that the leaves have all been down for these readings, but like I said, for yours, they're up and ready to go. So next we're going to get an animal card to see who is coming towards you. You could resonate with foxes. So who is coming towards Sagittarius in love? Who is coming towards Sagittarius in love? One more shuffle. Who is coming towards Sagittarius? So same thing, we're going to look at the bottom of the deck and then we'll shuffle one out. Whoa, we have the cheetah. That's masculine energy. It's also fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. For some reason, I almost said Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you could be dealing with an air sign. But this is momentum. So someone is getting ready to come towards you. And I did say that my throat started closing over and I mentioned communication. This is about action, and it's about someone, you could have been dealing with a runner, because one of these, you could be dealing with someone who has running tendencies, because one of the things that this card says is to reconnect to why you started running before you start running again. And we had that energy of self-reflection and opportunity for growth. But like I said, this is movement. This is momentum. And I was saying that this reminds me of the Three of Wands. You could, I just noticed the swan is under there, so you could resonate with counterparts. I feel like someone is getting ready to take action after a period of self-reflection and solo time. So let's confirm this a little further. So who is coming towards you? Who is coming towards Sagittarius in love? How many are there? There's 2 there. Okay. So we have the fire ant and we have the firefly. So this is definitely someone feeling inspired to take action towards you. I definitely feel like there was conflict between you and this person, because this fire ant talks about a situation where you've been burned in the past. So I feel like it's possible that this person burned you in the past. And the firefly talks about, it's kind of the energy of someone who's been getting, first of all, someone who's been feeling inspired to reach out to you, and that makes sense with the cheetah on the bottom. So they get these little flashes of inspiration to reach out and to take action. This also could have been a situation where there was a false start, and this person did in fact run, because this firefly also reminds me of, it's not a fire energy, but it reminds me of kind of the Page of Wands. So this could have been someone where there was like potential, but it never turned into anything grounded. With the fire ant, there also could have been other people's opinions around this connection, friends, family that got in the way. But like I said, with the firefly, that's someone who, sorry, the fire ant. It's interesting how you have fire ant and firefly, so you could be dealing with a fire sign as well. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, which is interesting because I was hearing air signs when I first started, when I saw that cheetah. The firefly does talk about the energy of someone who's being called to awaken, but if they don't grab onto that energy, it's fleeting. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out. Like I said with the fire ant, I know I've said this a few times, but this is someone who I think burned you in the past, which makes sense with conflict and tension on the bottom. All right, but remember, there's harmony coming. So we're going to get a few more oracle cards here. We have Missing Piece. Missing Piece by Vance Joy could be a symbolic song. We have Prepare, so it does feel like someone's getting prepared to come towards you. This could have been a connection that left you feeling quite burnt out, especially with that firefly. Or this person could get easily burnt out. We have Soft Life, which is about solo time, which makes sense with that swan card I was seeing. So who and what is coming towards Sagittarius in love? We have Official. So ask to be partner, go public, beginning, starting from square one. So it looks like someone wants a new beginning. This could have been a connection where it was never a public connection because of the opinions of others. This person could have been worried about the opinions of others. All right, so let's see who and what is coming towards Sagittarius. So we have, yeah, this says wealth. So there could be an increase in wealth coming to you or new income coming to you. But this is like upward trajectory. So something is growing here. Something is, I keep seeing the Three of Wands. We have intention. So clear on purpose, set an intention. So that's a message for you to get clear on what you want so that the universe can deliver it. I also feel like this is about someone wanting to state their intentions towards you. Yeah, we have authentic. So whoever this is, they want to come in very authentically, being honest with you, authentic, stating their intention, making their intentions known. There it is, communicate. Remember I said my throat was closing over. So communicate. Someone wants to communicate, discuss, reach out. And like I said, it looks like they're being very honest with you and making their intentions known. This is beautiful. On the bottom, we have connection, kindred, soulmate, emotional relationship, missing piece, incomplete without them, final piece of the puzzle. So it feels like the final piece of the puzzle is going to fall into place here. So let's get some tarot now. So, Spirit, let's have a look at who and what is coming towards Sagittarius in love. Who and what is coming towards Sagittarius in love? Three of Wands. Three of Wands. I told you, I kept seeing it. Three of Wands can also be about starting a relationship and creating a stable foundation. We have death, and we have the Five of Cups, and we have the Five of Swords in reverse. So lots of fives, which point towards change. And it does look, I love this death card because this is Scorpio energy, but you see someone walking towards something more colorful, something more fulfilling. This does give rebirth energy here, walking away from something that wasn't working, transformation, death and rebirth. And it looks like someone has regret here for however this ended. And with that fire ant energy, remember I kept saying, I feel like this is a situation where you got burned in the past. And this person has regret. Five of Swords in reverse is someone who wants to make amends, someone who wants to make things right. And it is about reconciliation. There could be an apology coming your way. All right, so let's look at, first we're going to look at who this is. So who is coming towards you? We have the Page of Wands, and that's what I said about the firefly. I said that. So you could be very intuitive, because I'm getting a lot of intuitive downloads during this reading. So you could be very intuitive. But for who this is, you could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Again, Page of Wands, I feel like this is someone who you maybe had a false start with. Like maybe there was a lot of passion there, a lot of flirtation. There was the potential for a new beginning, but maybe it never made it to anything official. And we have the Sun, which does show someone who wants to bring clarity to this. This could be someone who has been healing with the Sun card. This could have been someone who took you for granted, I'm hearing with the Sun. Just looking at the shadow attributes of the Sun. And so this could have been someone who took you for granted. This could have been someone who did need to heal. There could have been ego clashes, or you could have triggered their ego. We do have the High Priestess on the bottom, so you could be dealing with a Pisces. It feels like this is someone you have an intuitive connection with the High Priestess. Someone you have an inner knowing about. So let's look at how this person is feeling about you. How is this person feeling about Sagittarius? We have the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Empress. Whoa. So yeah, this person definitely feels like you are irreplaceable. They definitely feel, you know, divine feminine energy. So I feel like this person feels like there's something different about you. Irreplaceable, you're their missing piece. I feel like they feel like you're very nurturing, very caring. and one of a kind, I'm hearing. And with the Empress, I do feel like this person sees you as someone, or they feel like you are taking care of yourself right now. You're not chasing them. Seven of Swords in reverse. This is someone who feels like they need to come forward and get something off their chest. There could be a confession coming. Maybe they feel like they need to confess something to you, make amends for something. And, you know, the end of running. And I was hearing that runner energy for a reason. And the cheetah, you know, reconnect to why you started running before you start running again. So a black pickup truck just drove by. There goes my throat. So I definitely feel this person could have burned you in the past with that Seven of Swords, but this person is coming in. They feel like they need to come in out of the shadows with the Seven of Swords in reverse. They need to set the record straight. We also have the Ace of Wands here, which, you know, they do feel a lot of passion towards you, but they're feeling inspired to take action towards you. We have Taurus and Libra with the Empress. Beautiful. I'm just going to get another one for how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? They could feel like you don't trust them. Yeah, Six of Cups. So they definitely, Four of Wands on the bottom. Oh my goodness. So they definitely want to build something solid with you. For how they feel about you, they definitely feel this soul connection with you, soulmate energy, and they're feeling very nostalgic about you. And the Six of Cups is wanting to have a reunion or get back together or reach out to you. You're clearly on this person's mind. Again, very nostalgic about the happy memories with you, thinking about you heavily, wanting to reach out. That's beautiful. Four of Wands on the bottom. So this person feels like you are someone that they could marry. It does feel like they want to make things official, I'm hearing. So we're going to look at their intentions, because I do feel like when they come in, they're being authentic and stating their intentions, whatever those intentions are. For some reason, before I even get cards, I was hearing this could be someone who's very clear on their intentions, but wants to take things slow. I'm not sure what's going to come out for their intentions. I'm kind of hearing someone saying, you know, I see a future with you, but I need to work towards that slowly. Again, we'll see what comes out. So what is this person's intentions towards Sagittarius? That didn't want to stay. So that was the Three of Swords that flipped out and flipped back in. So with the Three of Swords, it does feel like this person, you know, wants to make amends for whatever put you into separation. Knight of Cups, this person definitely, their intentions are to rekindle things, but I feel like they're going to be holding back at first. Like I said, I feel like they're going to be speaking from an authentic place and what they want, but it could take them time to open up and be vulnerable with you with the Knight of Cups. They could want to take things slowly. The Knight of Cups does show they want to come towards you with romantic intentions, but the Knight of Cups sometimes has a hard time opening up and being vulnerable. And we do have the High Priestess on the bottom, so this person's intentions could be to come in and kind of hold back at first. The High Priestess could also be them confessing something, because we have the Seven of Swords for how they feel about you. My throat keeps closing over. For how they feel about you, they feel like they need to get something off their chest. They need to get something off their conscience, again, where they burned you in the past. And then the High Priestess does talk about a confession. Page of Swords, yeah, so they want to start a conversation with you here. They want to, I'm hearing they want to see if you'll even hear them out. Let's get one more. The Knight of Cups can also be about rekindling a past connection. A message of love. Let's get one more for their intentions. Their intentions, 5 of Swords in reverse, and Page of Cups was also there. So Page of Cups does talk about wanting to, their intentions are to come in, it looks like they're coming in with an apology with these 2 cards. Their intentions are to make amends. They also want to avoid conflict, so they don't want to come in and fight with you, which could be why they're coming in Knight of Cups, kind of, I don't want to say, it's not surface level, but they're coming in kind of romantic. Page of Cups with the 5 of Swords in reverse does show an apology. But 5 of Swords in reverse, like I said, for intentions, making amends, wanting to reconciliate. Interesting. So let's see their behavior when they come in towards you, because that'll really show us if what I was hearing is correct. What will their behavior be when they come towards you? How will they be behaving? Oh, yes, I was right. Gosh darn it. Yes. Knight of Pentacles. Slow. I told you. I told you. So this person is going to be very open and honest with you with their intentions, but they're going to be taking it slow. And that's what I was hearing. Like I was hearing someone say, I do see a future with you. I do see, like, I want you to be a part of my future, but we need to take things slowly, because maybe they'll even say, I'm still healing. That's exactly what I was hearing. Knight of Pentacles. So again, wanting to take things slowly, their behavior, they'll be taking things slowly. But the Knight of Pentacles is actually my favorite knight, because the Knight of Pentacles is very determined. So although this person is coming in slow, like wanting to take things slow, they're going to be very dedicated and determined and committed to making things right with you, which I absolutely love. And 8 of Swords on the bottom. So they are going to be, this is their behavior, so they are going to be taking control of this situation, and they are going to be showing you a new perspective. So you're going to see a new side of them. And, you know, maybe in the past, when you first met them, with the Page of Wands, it could have been very flirtatious. It could have been very passionate, very quick in the beginning. And I feel like you're going to be seeing a new perspective of this person, because they want to build something stable with you. They want to build a solid foundation with you. So they're going to want to take things slowly, which now I'm seeing Survivor. So Survivor could be symbolic, but not New Survivor, because New Survivor isn't as good as Old Survivor. But Old Survivor, they used to show a lot about how they would build their shelters. And I'm getting to my point. Just give me a moment. It takes me a minute to get there. On Survivor, like any tribe that builds a foundation or a shelter in one day, that shelter falls apart. It doesn't last. But the tribes who take their time building like a solid foundation for their shelter, even if they have to sleep in the rain the first night, their shelter is the one that lasts. I don't know why I'm hearing Survivor. But that's their behavior, Knight of Pentacles, which is exactly what I was hearing. All right. So, how do you feel about this person? How do you feel about this person? How do you feel about this person? We have death, so there was definitely an ending. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. We also have Earth here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and we have the Magician. So I do feel like you're manifesting this person. You're manifesting them to come out of isolation. We also have Gemini, could be dealing with an Aries, but we have Gemini and Virgo with the Magician. So for how you feel about this person, I feel like maybe you've been manifesting them to have an awakening, or you've been manifesting them to do the healing work they need to do, or the self-growth that they need to do, the self-reflection. With death, it does feel like there was an ending, and you could feel like you know, if you were to get back together with this person, that they would need to transform and change. With the Magician, it does look like you feel like they need to be more proactive in this connection. They need to be the ones to take action towards you. It does, like I said, feel like you're manifesting a rebirth here. And we have the Four of Swords in reverse and the Hermit. So I definitely feel like you feel like this person needed to do some soul searching. And I feel like that's what you've been manifesting. Let's see what's blocking this connection. What is blocking this connection? We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups does talk about needing to do inner work as a blockage. So I do feel like there was inner work that, come on, card, come to me. So for blockages, we're looking at the reversals. So it's interesting because one of the blockages with the Ten of Cups is meddling friends and family, which is what I was hearing. So for some of you, even on your side, there could be friends and family who have opinions about this connection, especially if it's a soul connection. Not everybody understands soul connections if they've never experienced that. And inner healing. And the Wheel of Fortune as blockages, it did look like this was stuck until there were adjustments made. Like it feels like there did need to be adjustments. There needed to be changes in this connection. Even in your individual energies, I'm hearing. So delays, so there could have been delays, and that could have had to do with inner healing that needed to be done. Some of the delays could have been meddling friends and family, external events affecting relationship, so things outside of your control. One of the blockages here could have been too that you were trying to control the outcome or control what was going on. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it feels like there were lessons that needed to be learned here. That's what was blocking this connection. So if there are delays and you haven't heard from this person, just know that it's outside of your control. It's nothing that you can work on your inner healing, but just know it's not about you or a reflection of your worth. There are external factors affecting this relationship. So don't be too hard on yourself. Let's look at the potential outcome here. Potential outcome. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have the Emperor now. So we do have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles does show stability. It shows you could potentially, what am I hearing? You could potentially end up, building a solid foundation with this person, having a nice home with them. I do Six of Pentacles, that's beautiful. So equal give and take and reciprocity, a very balanced connection. Very balanced between you. Harmony, right? Flow, energetic flow. And the Emperor does show structure and stability. You and this person could even end up being a power couple with the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. Like if you both kind of step into your abundant timelines, you could end up being a power couple, having everything you've ever wanted. The Queen of Pentacles can talk about having like a nice home, nice belongings. What else for Queen of Pentacles in love? I need to look. Stability, abundance, nurturing, domestic comfort, exactly what I was hearing. That's your potential outcome here. So, just keep working on your own stability and abundance. That's a beautiful outcome. Lots of earth energy, lots of grounding. So a very grounded connection. And like I said, with the Six of Pentacles, that's equal give and take. That's reciprocity. That is a connection where you both give. Supportive relationship, generous lover. And like I said with the Emperor, that's about stability. You and this person could build an empire together. I think it's beautiful that we have the Emperor and the Empress coming out. All right, that's beautiful. Temperance, which is actually, I don't know if you remember when I cut the deck, but we had community and we had the same image of two hands. So if you're patient, temperance does talk about needing to be patient, but temperance also talks about harmony and balance and compromise. So if you're patient, because I do feel like when this person comes in, their behavior is Knight of Pentacles, so you may have to be patient for this to come into fruition, but you'll get there is what I'm hearing. That's beautiful, beautiful. Let's get your advice. What is your advice? What is your advice? What is your advice? Yep. We have, oh my gosh, exactly what I was just saying. Are you intuitive? Because listen, when I start getting these crazy intuitive downloads, it's usually because the person I'm channeling is highly intuitive. I'm intuitive, but when this is like super, the downloads that I'm getting are crazy intuitive, which means you must be intuitive, because your advice is exactly what I just said. I just said this will take some time to come into fruition, but if you're patient, it will come into fruition, which is the Seven of Pentacles. So we have the Four of Wands on the bottom. So if you are patient, everything you've been manifesting, will come into fruition. If you are patient and you nurture those pentacles together, Six of Pentacles, if you both give and nurture it, it will grow into this. That's beautiful. Four of Wands, you could definitely be a soul connection. So your advice right now is to keep focusing on your intentions, your manifestations, not too hard, but keep nurturing them with like good intentions, belief, faith. Keep working on other things in your life too. Kind of release control over this. Ace of Cups, focus on your self-love right now. I do feel like there is a renewal coming. And right now you can help it by believing in your manifestations. My throat keeps closing over. So, oh my goodness. I definitely feel like this person wants to talk to you. So keep your positive energy flowing. Good vibes, harmony. Keep those good vibes going. Keep a positive mindset. Focus on your self-love. I do feel like you will be deepening this connection with this person. This talks about a deeper intimacy with someone. Just let those pentacles grow. Seven of Pentacles. Remember, the best rewards come from sustained effort over time as opposed to quick wins. Yes. So sustained effort over time, which Knight of Pentacles. This also talks about a friendship turning into love. So this person may come in saying, like what I was hearing was this person coming in saying, I still have healing to do. I do want a future with you. I want to work towards that. They could even say, let's start deepening our intimacy and being friends and building towards something more. And don't let that trigger your ego. I talk about it in some of my general love readings, how that can be very triggering to your ego when somebody comes back and they say, maybe we should just be friends first and see how we get on, and see if it grows into anything more. I've been there and my ego got triggered and I was like, I don't need any more friends. I don't want friendship. I'm not interested in friendship. And at the time I didn't have any friends, so it was so hilarious that I said that. And I ended up, you know, pushing that person out of my life. So really think about that. Like, if you have been manifesting this person back in your life, would you rather have them not in your life at all? Or would you rather start building something like I talked about Survivor in the shelter? Would you rather have a quick shelter that falls apart in one night and doesn't last you the whole time you're on Survivor? Or would you rather start slow and have something that lasts and have something that leads to marriage, to union? That's your advice. So let's get some channeled messages from your person. Channeled messages from your person. I don't know why, but the song If You're Not the One by Daniel Bedingfield just started playing in my head. You know, Sagittarius, I'm just going to tell you something interesting. All my life, I've had this strange connection to music, and I never understood why. Like, I can remember being very young and listening to, like, love songs and feeling very connected with them at a very young age. And same with, like, movies about love. And I never understood it. And now I get it. It was preparing me for being a love reader. Because now I hear those songs and see those movies when I'm channeling. So it was all preparing me for this. Anyway. Are some of you part of my soul tribe? You might be the only sign that I started talking about something like that. We have you matter on the bottom. And I do feel like that's what this person is going to come in and say, that you matter to them. That they do see a future with you. I never imagined so much perfection. No kidding. They feel like you're the Empress. I heard you're kind of a big deal, but also a lot to live up to. Anyway, let's see what your person wants to say. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Underneath the Four of Wands, we do have the Five of Wands in reverse. So that does show the end of conflict is coming if you're patient. The end of conflict is coming. All right, so what do you need to hear? We have I'm ready. We have you make me want to do bad things. So you could have really triggered this person's shadows with this card. That is Capricorn energy, Devil energy. Look, on the bottom we have I still don't have all the answers. So that's what I meant about your person coming towards you. They could even say, I don't have all the answers, but I also don't want to lose you. They could still be working through some of their shadows. I think so, yes. See, that's exactly what I mean. They still don't have all the answers. I think so, yes. And then we have yes. And then we have strength, ego. So I definitely do feel like you triggered this person's shadows and their ego. And I feel like part of what they're going through when they come back in is they are still struggling with their confidence. And think about it, when they come in, their intentions, their actions are Knight energy, but the outcome is Emperor energy. So I feel like if you give them time, they're going to step into that masculine energy. It feels like when they come in, they're still struggling with their ego a little bit, with their fear. We have I lie awake thinking about our future. Let's get a few more. It's funny that this firefly energy reminds me of these two cards. It's like at one point or in one moment they feel, yes, I can do it. I can come towards Sagittarius. And then remember I said it's fleeting. And then their ego kicks in and they're like, I think I could. I think I could go towards Sagittarius. I think I could make that happen. Oh my gosh, your family won't like me. Bye, Aunt. So even if there hasn't been family and friends interference, I feel like however this person burned you in the past, they fear that there will be friends and family interference. Geez, more devil energy. I'm using numbers to get dates and years, so I'm just going to cover that one up because it's repeating. One fell on the floor. My life started when I met you. I'm covering up the ones that don't have numbers. Oh my gosh. Listen, we have, I would do anything for you. So I'm going to put that here so I can get the number. And then look, I think we should slow down. So this could have been a connection that was very quick in the beginning, Page of Wands. Very passionate start, very fiery start. This is also confirming what I was hearing about your person wanting to take things slow. And let's just get, well, I'm just going to take the bottom. We have, you are so beautiful. Why do you need me? And remember I just said, I was hearing you're kind of a big deal and you're hard to live up to because they're seeing you as, you know, why do you need me? And we have, I want a fresh start with you. So numbers, I'm going to take this one too. So I'm about to call out a bunch of numbers. You might want to write them down if you take time to process like me. And there's going to be a lot, so just be patient with me for a moment because I felt called to do this for every zodiac sign. So days of the month that are double digits that could be symbolic: 14, 17, 18, 12, 19, 13, 10, 15. So days of the month that could be symbolic that are double digits. Next, I'm going to do years. So 71, 74, 78, 72, 79, 73. 84, 81, 87, 82, 89, 83, 93, 92, 97, 98, 94, 91. Months and days that aren't double digits that could be symbolic. Did I already say 10 and 15? Anyway, March 9th, March 2nd, March 7th, March 8th, March 4th, March 1st. September 2nd, September 3rd, September 8th, September 7th, September 1st, September 4th, February 9th, February 3rd, February 7th, February 8th, February 1st, February 4th, July 1st, July 4th, July 8th, July 2nd, July 9th, July 3rd. There's a lot. August 1st, August 4th, August 7th, August 2nd, August 9th, August 3rd. January 4th, January 7th, January 8th, January 2nd, January 9th, January 3rd, April 1st, April 7th, April 8th, April 2nd, April 9th, April 3rd. I know it's a lot. So, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it here, but as always, I am sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!